Beer giant Heineken has completely exited the Russian market. The amount of the transaction for the sale of 100% of the company's shares amounted to a symbolic €1.
Heineken announces completion of the transaction to sell its Russia operations to Honest Group. The transaction has received all the required approvals and concludes the process Heineken initiated in March 2022 to exit Russia, incurring an expected total cumulative loss of €300 million. From a post on the Heineken website.
The Austrian Raiffeisen Bank and the insurance company Unica, the Japanese pharmaceutical conglomerate Takeda, the French group of companies Valeo, which supplied components to AvtoVAZ, all of them left the Russian market last week. Moscow is doing everything to prevent Western enterprises from leaving the federation.
Some foreign companies trying to exit Russia are facing a big jump in costs as Moscow is demanding bigger discounts on the price tags of assets they want to sell. Russia has steadily tightened exit requirements since Western companies started leaving soon after Moscow began what it calls a special military operation in Ukraine in February 2022. Executives say navigating the rules is becoming harder. From a Reuters message.
Imported goods in Russia becoming not only scarcer but also more expensive. Due to the fall of the ruble, products imported from abroad are growing in price. In other words, the Russians have the same amount of rubles, but they can buy much less with this money.
Since Russia has an import dependence on many groups of goods, respectively, these goods will either increase immediately at the ruble devaluation rate, or if they have only imported components, this will increase the cost of components, maybe not by the amount by which the ruble devalued, but it will still increase the cost of final goods.
Even Putin admitted that curbing inflation in Russia is the most important task. After all, prices are rising, including for the most necessary household appliances, transport services, stationery, food and medicine. And this can affect not only the quality of life of Russians, but also its duration.
Their markets were open, and many pharmaceutical companies did not leave their market for a very long time. As long as there is a financial interest, many remain on the market. Now, even companies that tried to stay there until the very end are leaving. This means that the solvency of Russian medicine and the solvency of Russians is falling.
Thus, the Russian market is becoming more and more toxic for world-famous companies, and their excuses in the spirit of "the Russians need our goods" sound less and less. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Valeria Nekapelova, UATV News.